heaven in your mouth. Can't tell this fat man nothing. So today on You Can't Tell a Fat Man Nothing, tomorrow our church is having a youth dessert auction. And so I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna make for the auction. I got this beautiful bowl right here at the Good of Wheels for $5. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So we wanna make a high bid on this. So let me show you what I'm gonna put in this bowl and you can't tell a fat man nothing. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 2 boxes of Ghirardelli double chocolate brownie mix. I'm gonna just bake them up just like the according of the directions. Let me get that in the oven and I'll be right back once it's done. All right, my brownies are out. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a cake mix. You can use any kind of cake mix you want. I have a red velvet on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use. Chocolate probably would have been a little bit better, but since red velvet cake is basically chocolate cake, it's just red with red dye, that's what I'm using. Get this in the oven according to the directions on the back. While our cake is baking, we're gonna make our, I guess like a stuffing, not really a stuffing, but just a layer of an icing cream thing that we're gonna put in that bowl. So get you 2 Philadelphia cream cheeses into a bowl. And then you're gonna need 2 cups of powdered sugar. Yep, 2 cups. I said 2 cups. Now you want to put 3, you can put 3 if you want. You want to put 4, you can put 4 if you want. But it calls for 2 cups, and that's what I'm going to do. Here's 1. Here's 2. Maybe a little bit more. Something like that. Okay. So, and I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla. Oh, that's a lot, Curtis. Just a tad, a little bit vanilla. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up until it's nice and smooth. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get us a container of Cool Whip and we're gonna mix that in there as well. But I wanna blend this first to get this all nice and smooth. So let me get that done and I will be right back. All right, I have it all nice and smooth in there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add half of this tub of Cool Whip into this mixture, blend it up, and I'm gonna add the other half and blend it up as well to where the whole tub is in there. Let me get that done. Curtis, press the button to turn it off, boo. All right, it's all nice and smooth. Look at that. So perfect. Hey, you're not gonna tell this fat man nothing. It's gonna be good. All right. My brownie has cooled. I got 2 of these 8x8s. And what I want to do is just take a fork and basically just kind of crumble it up. And then my cake is out of the oven. We're going to crumble that up also once it's cooled. So let me get all this crumbled up and then we're going to assemble our dessert for the auction because I want to bring in some high dollars for that youth for their mission trip. So let's make this nice and beautiful and it's going to taste like heaven. I know it will. Be right back. Let me crumble all this up. All right, got everything ready and prepped. What I'm gonna do now is assemble my dessert. I got my beautiful bowl and I wanna make sure that I keep my glass as clean as possible. We're gonna do this in layers. This is gonna be so good and beautiful. I'm gonna start off with my brownies. Then I'm gonna do a layer of the cream mixture, a layer of red velvet cake, more cream, and more brownies. And then we're gonna top it off with some things. Now, follow along, let me show you how I'm gonna do it. First layer I'm gonna do is my brownies. Now the hard edges you can keep in there if you want, but break them up small. I want a good layer on the bottom. I'm gonna do a layer mixed in with some marshmallows. I don't know why, but I just think the marshmallows will give it a good little flavor with that. So let me get that in there. Crumble that up with some marshmallows. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I'm also going to add some pecans. Now, this might limit me a little bit on people who don't like pecans, but brownies and pecans I think are just amazing, or walnuts. I'm not going to put a lot. but I will make sure to put some on top so people know that there are pecans in there. So let me get this finished up and we'll put our sauce on top next. All right, got that done. Now I'm gonna put my cream in here, my little mixture. I say it's cream, but yeah, I guess it's whipped cream. I want to put this to where you can see it. I don't want to mess up my glass a lot, so just slowly put it in there where you want to see the layers. This is layers to heaven, because this is going to be heavenly to take. That's what I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it Layers to Heaven. That's what we're going to do. Since it's going to church, Layers to Heaven is what I'm making you tonight on. You can't tell a fat man nothing. Let me get this layer done, and I'll be right back. All right, that layer's done. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? See how it just kind of slides down there too? The white from the marshmallows to match the white cream. Next thing I'm going to put on top of this is some Ghirardelli chocolates. I'm just going to shave that on there, just all the way around. Ah, yeah. Not only am I going to do chocolate, I'm also going to do white chocolate too. Cake is cooled down and is also teared up. Let's put a layer of that. Now let me clean my glass because I want my glass to be pretty. Don't want any smudges. You might have to wipe it down every once in a while, and that's okay. We want it to be presentable. Layer of red velvet, just like this. Oh. And then we're going to put some marshmallows in here as well. Mix a little bit of marshmallows in there, just like that. And put some marshmallows on the out edges so you can see it from the glass as well. We are not going to put pecans on this layer, just the marshmallows and the red velvet cake. Let me get this done and I'll be right back. Press the button. All right, got it all done, cleaning my glass around the edges. I did compact this. I did push down on it. I want to kind of make it a little firm a little bit, but I do want it packed down. All right, next thing is our cream once again. Let's get this cream on here, just like we did the first layer. And then we'll come back, shave, and put some Ghirardelli white chocolate and dark chocolate. Let me get this done, be right back. Sometimes my nugget doesn't work. I forgot to start recording. I'm putting my top layer on. I got some pecans, some marshmallows, and my brownie mix. I swear, Curtis. Whew. Well, look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's gonna look so good and taste so good. Let me get this topping done. Then we're gonna finish this up. And we're gonna taste this. Not this one, because this one's for tomorrow for the auction. I made a little small one in a jar. Be right back. Let's finish it off with the topping, okay? I packed it down, cleaned my glass. I should have had this all along, but I get that on top. Let me get this topping done and we'll finish this sucker off and get this pretty. Ooh, doggy. You are not gonna believe how beautiful this dish is. I mean, like, it is. Look at this. I bought some gold spoons, put in there, the Ghirardelli chocolates. But look at the layers. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? I mean, I want to dig into it right now. Wow. Oh, I can, because remember I told you I made me a little jar of the layers, just like that. I have me a little snack, because this is going to be all prettied up. I'm going to actually put cellophane wrapper on this, and I'll do that tomorrow right before I leave for church. I'm going to stick this in the fridge and make sure it gets nice and chilled. And then we will get this dressed up as a final presentation for church tomorrow. Hopefully we get a big, big, big money for that sucker. In the meantime, let's taste this layers to heaven. Got me a big old long spoon, go all the way down. Oh, got a little bit of layers of everything. Yup. Yup. All the layers. And that cream, cheese, and whipped cream. The marshmallows, the red velvet, the brownie. Heaven in your mouth. Can't tell this fat man nothing. I know that's beautiful. It's gonna bring him a whole bunch of money. Until next time, my friends. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.